I decided to turn on the camera and go. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I'm not going to let anything distract me. There are just things that I feel like I need to get off my chest because I'm frustrated. I'm aggravated. Like, it's been a very long time since I felt unappreciated at my job. Like, that's been the complete opposite of my time here with this company. I've always felt like the work I did was recognized and was rewarded appropriately. And when I say that, I'm doing my job. I'm going where you send me. If you remember, in the early days, I spent a lot of time at stations I didn't necessarily want to be at. But I was always the kind of person that I would go where you sent me because that was my job. Send me, you apparently think this is best suited for me, let's go. I'll do it. And I thought that was being recognized by the company, and they came to me and they asked, well, what would you prefer? And when I told them what I preferred, within 2 weeks, that's where I was. And that's where I stayed for the remainder of my time as a station guard. Sure, I would do special events where I would pop down to Wat Love and help out, or I would end up at 7th and Capitol to help out for a special event like a concert or something. But Mather was my station. That's where they put me, and I felt like it was because I had earned that from them. About December of last year, they started poking at me about, hey, you want to be a mobile guard? You want to be a supervisor? You ready for that promotion? So I did the things that were necessary to ensure that I was. And then they promoted me to mobile supervisor. I said, okay, cool. They recognize that I'm good. I'm still good at the stations, but also they need me in the truck. So I felt like I was being useful and needed, and I was filling a spot that they thought I could handle. Then they pulled me from the stations completely. And again, I go where you send me. I'm now a full-time mobile supervisor. Excellent. Let's go. Like, I can do that. That's absolutely fine. So here I am. And now here we are, we're approaching the last days, and we've been given very specific instructions on what to do for the last day. For example, I tend to go to Metro, that's the name of the regional transit place, to come pick up the truck. But as of tomorrow, we're done with them. So this is a G4S truck. They want their trucks at their headquarters. Makes perfect sense to me. That's absolutely fine. I get that. So they said, hey, we want you to park your personal vehicle at our office, and then we want you to, we'll transport you to Metro to give you the trucks. And then at the end of your shift, make sure you bag up all your uniforms and everything, have those with you, throw them in the back of the truck, and bring it with you. And when you get back to our office, take off the uniform that you have on so we can, we'll take that one too. We want the clothes off your back. All right, I get it. No problem. Like, I get you want your stuff back. So in my mind, it's like, this is my opportunity. It's like I had been planning to go up to the office anyway. Because I'm a procrastinator, it takes me a little longer to get off my ass and do things. But I was like, hey, Friday I'll be in the office. Fantastic. I'll turn in my updated resume. I'll talk to somebody about reassignment. Let's go. And then they're like, oh, well, the office is closed on Friday. So there's no reason for me to go. Like, this is my concern. This is the problem that I have. I have been unwaveringly loyal to this company for the longest time. And even though I did apply for regional transit, and even though ultimately I didn't get it for whatever reason, I have remained loyal to this company. I have done what they asked without question and without fail. I have done it, and I have done it well every single time. And now, here we are at the end of our tenure together. This will be the last time that we ever get to work together. Like, I wasn't expecting a ticker tape parade or for them to pat me on my back and say, oh, Patrick Harris, you're the greatest guard there ever was. But I expected was, hey, man, you did good work. We're going to keep you in mind for other positions that come up. anything that's available, it's going to come up. I'm going to make sure that we're thinking of you. Something, anything. Even if they said, we understand you got to go apply for unemployment while we work it out, but, do what you got to do. And when something comes up, you'll be the first person we call. Or you're on a list of people that we're going to call. At least something that said, you are acknowledging that I have done good work for you. And now, when the time comes for me to need something from the company that I put so much into, we got your back. Something, anything. But I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. In fact, not only do I have to go turn in all my uniforms and minus the badge, and they want us to turn in all our stuff, they want me to go pick up other guards' stuff. So I have to go and pick up other people's uniforms so I can take them all back with me because I got the truck. And and I get that. I'm absolutely fine with the idea that, I'm mobile. Makes sense. I'd go pick up other people's uniforms. I'm okay with that. But no one's talking to me about the next step. No one's talking to me about what's going to happen to me once this contract is up. And we're the ones who made it go. We're the ones who've been out here, working it out. You would think that somebody would have something for us. I was talking to my boss the other day, and he was like, oh yeah, there's spots, there's plenty of stuff. You just got to let them know you're available. I don't feel like I should have to let them know that I'm available. I work for you. I'm on your payroll. Isn't that enough? It irks me. You don't have anything for me. So I went to the G4S website and I was poking around, and the only things that are listed are Fairfield, California, Modesto, California. These places are 40 miles away from me. How would you expect me to get there? So tomorrow, this is how tomorrow's going to go. Tomorrow, they want us to meet at the G4S office. But that's only if you have a personal vehicle. They want you to park there. Don't park at Metro anymore because Metro don't want our shit at they shit no more. Whatever. But you come, you park there, and then they'll transport you to Metro where we pick up the trucks for the last time. And then, there's no need to go back to Metro at the end of the night because we're not keeping our stuff there anymore. Makes complete sense to me. But if you do not have a personal vehicle, then I was told that I can just follow my normal routine, which is what I'm going to do because I feel like that sets a precedence. Precedence is the name, is the word, precedence. If I show up to the office tomorrow, despite the fact that they are closed, to park my personal vehicle that I don't have, me showing up there says, Harris has a personal vehicle, so that means we can send him to these other places that are a little further than not. So by me not showing up tomorrow and just going straight to Metro to get the truck sends the message, well, Harris doesn't have a personal vehicle, so Harris can't do a whole lot of traveling. And what I think that does for me is it puts me in a position where when I do apply for unemployment, I seriously doubt they'll fight me. But if they do fight me and they say, well, we had a position in Modesto, we had positions in Stockton, and you didn't even check in to see if we could. It's like when I took this job, I took it under the pretense that any public transportation system would get me anywhere they wanted me to go. And up until this point, it has. But now that we are no longer on this contract, that's not a thing anymore. But that was a part of my condition of my employment, was I can get to where you need me to go every single time. But I can't go to Modesto. I can't go to Fairfield. I can't go to Natomas. These places are far. So you guys have to have something in my area for me to go to. And if you don't, then now's the time, and you just need to just let me go ahead and get unemployment. Compounded that with the idea that right now I can look at a schedule. Let's look at a schedule. Whew. Right now, this is the schedule. This is in effect for today and tomorrow. Like, there's nothing else. Again, my station was Mather. It was a two-man job between me and the older guy at the beginning. As I look at it now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people working that station. And one guy's getting 6 hours, one guy's getting 9 hours, one guy got 24 hours, and another guy got 27 hours. Nobody's getting 40 hours because they don't have anywhere to put people. If they had places to put guards, if they had all these other contracts just sitting around waiting for us, and it was like, we need to fill them, but we can't, leave this other contract unattended, then they would be moving these people. That's what I don't understand. My station should be a two-man job, and if they had more spots available for them to put people there, they would take 3 people off that station and give them 40 hours a week wherever they are on their new contract, and that station would still just be a two-man job. But the fact that they get, you get a little bit, and you get a little bit, and you get a little bit, says to me they have nothing. They have nothing. Like, there are so many people who just, nobody got 40 hours. Let's take a look. Not even just at my station. Who got 40 hours? There's one guy who gets 40 hours, but that's because he's working across 3 different stations. And he's working 10-hour shifts. So one guy got 40 hours because I guess that's what he was available for. But it's like, with a guy who can do that, that's a guy who's like, hey, I'll work what you got. When it's time to, move people's contracts around, that's the guy you move, and then you replace him with some of these other guys that you wouldn't necessarily have anything for. I don't get it. I'm looking at it like, I got 32 hours this week, but that's only because I'm not working the weekend. Nobody got a full 40 except for one guy, which is fine. I'm sure the bosses got their 40, and I'm fine with that too. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. What does bother me is that there's nothing for me. At first I was getting real upset. It's like, oh, there are guys at the stations who aren't getting hours. Oh, that sucks. But now here it is. It's time for me to start getting some hours, and there's nothing for me either. So, as I explained to my wife, I'm not mad. I'm frustrated. I'm very aggravated by the fact that I feel as though we are getting mistreated until the end. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm entitled to unemployment. I will get unemployment. And if I don't get unemployment, it's because they have something that conforms to my schedule in my area. I don't do overnights. I just can't. I'm a married man. I will not leave my wife home alone all night long so I can be at work. I work a morning shift. I work an afternoon shift. I'll get off at midnight. That's fine. But I got to be home at night with my family. That's just a must. I don't have any particular day that I have to have off. I'm all for, as long as I'm not working an overnight shift, and as long as I have an opportunity to get there. If I can catch a train there and then have to Uber back, I'm fine with that. Or if I have to take a train there and then, I can get a ride back or something. I'll work something out. But I'm not going to another city. You're not about to send me 50 miles out of my way and now I don't know how I'm getting home. That doesn't count. So you owe me unemployment. I'll get unemployment. It'll work out. It'll be fine. It's just frustrating. It would have been nice if they had some stuff set aside and were ready for us, hey, Harris, you did good work. Hey, all the mobile guards, you guys were here. You're the last ones here. You're going to be the last guys who sign out. We've got something for you. Nothing. Nothing. We are disposable to them. We are names on a sheet. We are numbers to these people. And that bothers me. It's very bothersome to me. But nothing we can do about it. Nothing that can be done. Like, this is what it is. And at the end of the day, the only thing I care about is making sure my family have what they need. And I was going over the numbers for my unemployment. If they were to give me 50% of what I average in a month, like, I've been making close to $2,500 consistently a month for a while now. Even if they break that down and say, we can give you 12 or 13, like, I'll get by. Like, I'll pay my rent, I'll pay my SMUD, I'll pay my cable, and then there won't be much left. But we'd live, we'd get by. Things would be fine. And I could use that time to recuperate, to relax, and, honestly let all the goodies get out of my system. And then hit the ground running in a month or two and really get out there. Or G4S could have something for me sooner. And then I'll hit the ground running and I'll get out there and I'll do it. But honestly, ain't no use in talking about it no more. Like, tomorrow is going to happen one way or another. And that's just the best way to look at it. Like, come with me. Let's go.